Y'all crazy. I'm just telling you, this game comes down to this right here.
I'm not with you. Yeah, we're taking a recording.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So other
Yeah,
than
see you in the
that,
courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison, Floyd.
You make a load of money doing it. And the business model that he put out there, it doesn't necessarily work for everyone. Okay. But it's a business model. These fighters aspire to be great, but they also aspire to make a lot of money.
Leonard Ellerbe reportedly claims Floyd Mayweather could face arrest after an alleged $42 million fraud case. He explains that not all business plans work out, noting life rarely goes as expected. According to Ellerbe, Mayweather prioritizes earning income across any platform available, even if it brings legal risks or operational difficulties during the process overall.
Business model that he put out there, it doesn't necessarily work for everyone. Okay. But it's a business model, and these fighters aspire to be great, but they also aspire to make a lot of money.
Approaching 50 years old, Floyd Mayweather continues to openly showcase his fortune across social platforms. Detractors claim this non-stop exhibition of luxury is pushing him closer to financial trouble. A number of observers suggest that repeatedly broadcasting high-end purchases and lavish milestones online is accelerating his decline, and some go as far as forecasting that he could ultimately end up broke.
It kind of, think it's a red flag when you're 50 years old and feel like almost 50 and still gotta flex on social media. But, people on social media do what they do best, especially black people, try to tear each other down. So people start researching, Angela started researching, and they found out that Floyd was capping. Now, Floyd is part of like some type of ownership group that got a part of it. Then you got 50, they just passing these kids through. So it's a lot of stuff to worry about. But people online seeing what Floyd did or didn't buy, I just find it weird on his end that you still feel like you got to announce every move on social media. And that's his biggest reason why he going broke and why he gonna be broke. He want to keep up with the Joneses. At some point, even, Bill Gates ain't really never lived that lifestyle with Steve. At some point, they scale it back. They had their fun. They probably bought the dream car, dream house, dream bitch. They had the fun, but they realized, okay, let me scale it back. At some point, you can't live your 40s and 50s like you 20 and 19. You can't live like that. It's okay, I don't really need a house in Cali or...
A property purchase worth around $42 million involving Mayweather has reportedly not unfolded as expected. Sources cited by Business Insider suggest that he does not hold exclusive ownership of the buildings tied to the deal. In contrast to his public assertions, control of the properties is said to still rest with the original owners. The outcome indicates that his investment approach did not deliver the projected profits, marking a notable setback within an otherwise highly luxurious financial image.
Floyd Mayweather, in this article, it states that he's spending $402 million in real estate investment in a 1,000-unit affordable housing portfolio in Upper Manhattan. The portfolio includes over 60 buildings and is one of the city's largest real estate deals of the year.
Wow. Well, thank you, Floyd Mayweather, for investing into New York real estate.
As someone who has worked closely with Mayweather for years, Leonard Ellerbe has observed how Floyd conducts himself in business settings. Serving as an important part of Mayweather's promotional circle, Ellerbe has had direct exposure to his financial decisions and methods. A significant dispute reportedly emerged involving claims that Gervonta "Tank" Davis was not fully compensated for his earnings. This situation has raised increasing questions about the fairness and transparency of Mayweather's financial practices.
Basically gave him $1 million, came out to Vegas, and they had a whole backstory to that. And I'm pretty sure Leonard was around seeing all that. And what you're saying doesn't sound far-fetched. And I'm not agreeing with you just to agree with you, but like the champ may be hurt just because like you a human being, you could whoop ass, but you're still a human being, right? You may be hurt that you missed a moment. I've also seen guys where, they moment passed and you try to hold on to things and that becomes an element of it. But then also it's just not a Leonard Ellerbe thing. There's a lot of people who may be in position around a Floyd Mayweather, but whatever deal they agreed to at the time didn't allow them to get all the money that they probably could have earned, right? And so he probably sees the infrastructure that Tank doesn't have in the relationship, and he's not saying, hey man, it ain't fuck you.
After observing Floyd's conduct over a period of time, Leonard Ellerbe ultimately chose to resign from his role as CEO of Mayweather Promotions. His exit is seen as a sign of increasing frustration within Mayweather's close professional circle, especially over concerns about how the business was being run and the way associates were handled, including disputes over payment for their work and involvement.
Welcome to In This Corner. Breaking news, Leonard Ellerbe has stepped down as CEO from Mayweather Promotions. Mayweather acknowledges Leonard Ellerbe, but also says that they will now be joining forces with Richard Schaefer. Why do you think Leonard Ellerbe stepped down? Is it really the end for Mayweather Promotions? As many people say, lots of their fighters have now walked away from the promotional company. Chime in, tell me what you think.
Leonard's exit from Mayweather Promotions did not appear to be a standalone case. Gervonta Davis also moved on from the company, which led to increased speculation about how Floyd managed his team. Mayweather, however, minimized the concerns, stating that he helped make Tank a millionaire and that leaving was ultimately Davis's own choice. His public remarks dismissing the issue only intensified curiosity about what truly drove these high-profile departures.
Gervonta Davis, but I seen recently that he's actually looking to leave. So how does that relationship work? How does that work as far as, grooming somebody, getting them to a point, and then having some differences?
I've always been a gentleman. I've always been respectful. And there's nothing like taking a kid that come from the same background as you and helping them and put them in a position to become a multi-millionaire. You meet a kid, he come up to you for an autograph. You sign an autograph for him, then I tell him, in a few years when you get older, I'm going to work with you and I'm going to make you world champion someday. Years later, I started working with him, helped him, pushed him to be great. And if he feels like, he's grew wings where he can fly, become his own boss, more power to him. Good.
Floyd Mayweather is widely known for publicly displaying his fortune, regularly spending large sums on luxury items ranging from vehicles to designer clothing. His high-end lifestyle is frequently visible online, where he openly highlights his financial success. However, this pattern of constant spending has led some to raise doubts about whether such a lifestyle can remain stable over time, particularly when viewed alongside ongoing criticism surrounding his business dealings.
Got options. I got about 100 cars. But right here, we like to call this the Sweet 16. Lambo, Ferrari, Lambo, Maybach, a Maybach, whatever you want to call it. Of course, the McLaren, the original McLaren. Bentley, Rolls. The Maybach truck or Maybach truck, whatever you want to call it.
Recently, Logan Paul publicly warned Floyd Mayweather about possible legal action tied to claims of unpaid millions, stating that the matter would ultimately be settled in court. His remarks were direct, suggesting that failure to resolve the payment issue could even result in serious legal consequences for Mayweather. This exchange has intensified a public disagreement that adds to ongoing allegations about Floyd's financial conduct and accusations that he has not always honored agreed contractual terms.
He has not paid me in full, that is a fact.
No
Short
way.
a few mil, yeah.
Wow. Still a few mil.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Have you been in contact with him?
Nah, we're taking this one to court.
No, are you being serious? Is this like a
Do I look serious, lady?
You do. I'm just making sure. I apologize.
Really?
I'm just...
Nah, I'm with you. I'm not with you. Yeah, we're taking him to court.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. So,
Yeah, see you in the courtroom. Congrats, you're going to prison.
This is not the first instance where Floyd Mayweather has been linked to legal issues, as his history shows repeated entanglements with the justice system. He has previously served jail time, reflecting a long-standing and complicated relationship with legal authorities. Despite his immense wealth, Mayweather has at times expressed that he does not feel entirely free, pointing to the personal cost that comes with fame and fortune. His past encounters with the law are often viewed as part of a broader pattern connected to his financial choices and disputes. Rapper 50 Cent has also presented his version of events, describing a period when he stepped in to take control of Mayweather Promotions while Floyd was serving time in jail. According to him, once Mayweather was released, there was no acknowledgement of that support, and he claims he was never reimbursed for the millions he put into the venture.
That goes on where, you know, it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things, and I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardlessly. Right. You know, so I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he going to say he wants to, you know, to give me the other half of it? Why I got to ask you for it?
Right.
And then when he...
Are we talking over $2 million?
Mayweather pushed back against 50 Cent's claims by stating that he never requested him to take over, reinforcing the idea that he sees the situation as a misunderstanding rather than a breach of loyalty or obligation. Over the years, however, Floyd's name has repeatedly surfaced in various controversies tied mainly to money and financial disputes. Among the more talked-about claims are allegations of unpaid taxes or questionable handling of earnings. There have also been reports suggesting he was briefly detained in Dubai over an unpaid luxury jewelry bill. Together, these incidents have fueled ongoing doubts about how he manages his business affairs and personal dealings.
Turns out that the rumors were true, and Floyd Mayweather has been trapped in Dubai for the last 50 days. Gervonta Davis was the first to claim it. Now multiple insider sources have confirmed that he is in fact trapped in Dubai for a debt that has nothing to do with boxing. After doing a little digging, it seems that someone in his camp, while he was shopping for jewelry in Dubai, stole one of the pieces, got away with it, and then blocked all communication with Mayweather. Since then, Floyd has already paid for the jewelry, but they refuse to let him go until they get their piece back. And allegedly, this guy right here is the thief that started this whole mess.
Public opinion surrounding Floyd's financial behavior remains heavily influenced by earlier controversies. Although he presents himself as a highly successful entrepreneur, critics often argue that his approach favors immediate profit over long-term financial security. His various business dealings, particularly those involving close associates, collaborators, and supporters, have led some observers to question whether his wealth is built more on public display and high visibility rather than a consistently strong or sustainable financial strategy.
AKA Ferrari F50. So 50's obviously going to take any chance that he can to troll Floyd Mayweather. And I don't know how accurate or true this is. 50 said it was true and then removed it off his Instagram like he sometimes does. He'll chime in on things and then remove it. But luckily for me, I know that he does that, so I screenshot everything that he posts. Just because, you know, he'll remove it and then it's hard to find it. I'm like, damn, it was up there. So just for like podcasts and just research purposes, I always screenshot them, have it on my phone. That way, if it's removed, you know, it's like, hey, you know, he did post this. So what am I talking about? Let's go over this. 50 Cent has weighed in on a shocking claim in the ongoing spat between Floyd Mayweather and Gervonta Davis, saying he believes a belief that has allowed him to get in some digs of his own.
When questioned about the reported incident involving Floyd and claims of a detention situation in Dubai, Leonard Ellerbe declined to provide any comment. His refusal to address the matter has only increased public interest in what goes on within Mayweather's close circle. It remains uncertain whether his silence reflects continued loyalty or suggests awareness of more complex issues surrounding Floyd's business activities.
In my opinion, Tank is the best fighter in the entire world. He's and another terrific opportunity on June the 15th to go out there and show you guys why he's the top dog.
Just out of curiosity, bro, he said that Floyd was kidnapped by the Abu Dhabi folks. Any comment on that?
And again, like I was just saying, again, Tank's that guy. And for all the guys out there in the weight class and around the weight class, he's coming to get each and every one of you.
Floyd Mayweather has faced criticism that goes beyond extravagant spending, with some allegations suggesting that certain promotional activities around his brand were questionable. He has been accused by critics of accepting payments from fans for events or merchandise that, in some cases, did not fully materialize as expected. A TikTok-based expose further claimed that much of his branding relied heavily on hype and marketing appeal rather than consistent delivery, pointing to multiple promotions that allegedly fell short of expectations and left some supporters disappointed.
I I'm just flabbergasted that the highest paid boxer, one of the most famous people on the planet, Floyd Mayweather, has managed to become a repeat offender as a scam artist.
NFT world, guess what?
Guess
It's about to
what?
drop. And of course, I'm the money man. But guess what?
Sure are.
We're not done yet.
We aren't?
They told me
There's more
we're not
scamming to be
yet,
done.
and it's not over.
My God.
Autograph gloves.
Oh my God. That's incredible. 2,000 people that invest in his NFT project get a chance to win autographed gloves. It's crazy. But you might be asking, did he actually follow through on his promises and deliver these gloves? Of course he did.
Money May, you all know the rest.
Money May, you all know the rest. You just got scammed again.
Another area where Floyd Mayweather has faced criticism is his involvement in promoting cryptocurrency-related projects. Despite already having significant wealth, he has been accused of accepting large payments to endorse crypto ventures that later collapsed or failed to meet expectations. Observers say this reflects a tendency to monetize nearly every available opportunity, even when the long-term credibility of those deals is uncertain. As a result, questions continue to circulate about the strength of his overall financial standing. While his online presence consistently projects an image of major success and wealth, critics argue that this portrayal may not fully reflect reality. Reports of unsuccessful investments, disputed ventures, and unmet commitments have all contributed to doubts about the stability of his financial image, suggesting a contrast between public perception and behind-the-scenes outcomes.
Point, you were getting celebrity endorsements. One was DJ Khaled, hilarious, and Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
And he posted on his Instagram him taking this what do you call it? The Centra card?
Centra card.
The Centra cards. And going and purchasing something with his Bitcoin at a store.
Yeah.
He did that knowing that it didn't work.
Floyd Mayweather doesn't know anything that's going on, really. So, like,
we all know that.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy can't read,
Yeah.
How much did you guys pay him?
Like $1 million.
He took that knowing or not caring if it worked?
It was just knowing, not knowing, right? Like, they didn't care. He does a million promotions like that. It was basically you speak to his manager.
Yeah.
He's like, this is Floyd's price. And you send the money over.
Yeah.
The manager makes his little cut from it. And he just says, what do you want me to say and what do you want me to do?
Okay.
Right? And you just basically give him.
That wraps up today's video. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.